Yeah, the blonde is her. Shalom, y'all shalom. He was like to tell Oklahoma was now the props up down for about the break. First things first, turn to the east. My first glory too. Yahweh. By himself. Yahweh Shai by Hashem and crocodile. Study you for tongues, great nigga the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor. The apostle of the great millstone. Shalom. Teach the brothers that the truth. And shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Come today, y'all shalom. A prophecy is really, really intensifying. It's getting real intense. Those prophecies come in, we're getting to the end. And one thing, when you get to the end, what's going to happen? When people get scared, things start to get real. The persecution the Lord promised in our Bible is going to take place, man. People going to give us up. You can already see that when you look at Elder Mount Zakba, GMF South Carolina 08, all the scoffers coming out the woodwork. They said in the last days there'll be scoffers. And what the scoffers going to do? All they need is the government to get behind them, and they're going to start pointing us out. Like, man, hey, get them Hebrew Israelites off the streets. They don't like us no way. Your average Jake does not like us on the highway and hit. So all they need is the system to get behind them, to deem this be illegal or to be that anti-A word, and they can call the police on us, and that's the next play that's going to happen, man. Because Esau knows he has to get the prophets off the block. Right now, we got the whole momentum. Lord backing us up. Everything we said is coming to pass. And Jake getting scared, man. Jake want to stay in Babylon the Great. Jake want to still, get his company off the ground. So they think that if we be quiet, what they say, speaking to an existence, so they think if they muzzle the prophets and we be quiet, everything will go back to normal. See, the 2/3 Jakes want to go back to normal, how things used to be. They want to bring back, the good old 80s and 90s, where everybody just, run around having a little money and just doing whatever. And hey, nah, it ain't that though, man. Esau starting to turn up, and they're scared of their master. They like Esau starting to grab that whip. They're about to come with the blast. A Sambo Coon dude, a house nigga. They get to say, hey man, y'all need to cut that out, man. Y'all make your master mad. Stop that. Like you say that one list about his operating you did, Jake and talking about the FBI is watching y'all. Like that's supposed to scare us or something. We already counted the cost, homie. We'll give our life for this truth. So we don't care. We're here until the apostle elders tell us to close on up. It's the Lord going to tell us to close up. But we're not going to listen to Esau and the scoffers. We're not going to do that because the Lord told us. Like even the Lord got us turned on. Look at basically that's Judas coming out. All the Judases, they about to come out the woodwork. So what it say? The servant's not greater than his master. So if y'all shot got did like that, we not expecting we ain't gonna get did like that. You got family. They don't like what we do. Our family like what we do. They like, hey, I'm gonna give you one last shot to cut that out. If not, I'm gonna call the people on. And that's that. What the Lord said, hey, you both should be in your own household. So it's coming. So we start us out with this right here. We'll go to Romans 8, and I'm gonna start at 35. And it says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Habashiach? So tribulation or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or the sword." So that right there, Lord said, who's going to separate us from the love? And really, we can answer that. Nothing is. We don't give a damn. We don't care if you're going to call the people on us. We don't care about that. We know that's coming. Not tribulation. We knew tribulation was coming. We're not worried about the process starting to get intense and people starting to get snatched up. We know Esau going to come down with great wrath. Scripture told us that. So we're not getting shook up. We got stability. Lord done, fed us with this word, wisdom of understanding. So we already know these things are coming. It really increases our faith. We're like, okay, we making an impact. That's why the devil's getting aggravated. So it's gonna make us really go harder. We're not gonna let up. They said famine, famine is coming. So we're not getting scared. People in the world, they getting scared. That's why like, hey man, hey, chill out with that. Basically they saying we rocking the boat. That's what they saying. And like, hey, we gonna rock the boat. That's what we supposed to do. The boat ain't no good for us. We getting oppressed. So we rocking it, which is true. And it's bringing in more fruits, more sheep. And they rocking it too. And now you got, Esau got his little sandbows and fools. They all like, hey man, y'all stop that, man. Y'all, I'm getting scared. There's water getting on the boat. So we all like, nah. So if you see water getting on the boat and we rocking it, we're gonna go harder, you know. So what they gonna do? They gonna get scoffed harder. I'm about to tell on you. That's what they say. I'm gonna tell on you. You know, you over there going hard. Go ahead, huh?
I got Hebrews 3:14. And for we are made partakers of Yahushua if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast until the end. Like you were saying, we realize what we are here doing, and it's going to have consequences that come along with it. But like you said, we count the cost of that, and we realize that little cost that may cost us is nothing compared to the reward that we're going to receive. Stay faithful to the end.
Crown, man. We're not gonna let nobody take our crowns from us.
It's priceless.
Yeah, crown, bitch, and all you want to. You see the reward. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's what we're gonna go for. And then what's their job? Man, they're kind of like, man, that's why I like the bank. Man, they're kind of like agents. They're like people that ain't been unplugged. Their job is to, like, you know, put you back into that, you know, status quo. Man, go back into the matrix, man. Basically trying to put covers over your head. They got covers over their head. They scared. Yes, they like, man, put the covers over your head and maybe Boogeyman won't get us. I'm like, nah, man. He's gonna be an easy target. Because covers over your head, you don't see him. Don't mean he don't see you. You know? So we all like, we over here, you know, we standing on our feet. You know, we over here with that sword in our hand. We sweat the Holy Bible, that word. We got the sword, we got the shield. What did it say? The shield of faith, the breastplate. We armored up. We getting ready to fight with Esau. They don't want to fight. So they trying to tell us, like, man, cut out with that, man. I'm gonna tell them. And we don't care, man. We ready to bang with this dragon. We're gonna slay this dragon. You know, so I'm gonna keep on reading. This Romans 8:36, and it says, "It is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter." So that's back to what I'm saying earlier, man. Hey, every day we die in this world. You know, that old man died. The new man is coming into play all day long. We know the world hates us. The world hated Yahushua. So if the world hated Yahushua, we know the world gonna hate us. We already know that. We know you're gonna come scoffing. We know you're gonna get the talent. We know you ain't got the courage and the faith and the heart to do this legacy. But don't, because you ain't got it, don't mean we ain't got it. I got it. We got it. So we gonna do it. So we die all day long in this world, man. We start to put on for the new preacher what they song, Young Jesus and Kanye West, I put on, and we putting on for the Lord, man. We want that crown. So hey, they can count us a sheep for the slaughter, but we look like, nah, I ain't about to be unalive, man. The Lord said some of these men here should not taste death. So we ain't like what that baby kids movie. We don't die, we multiply. We over here beating on our chest like, hey man, I got this, man. The Lord got our back. What it say in the Bible too? If the Lord is for me, who can be against me? Yeah, so we got that mentality. We like the Lord gonna turn us up. I'm gonna get that King David strength. So, you know, I'm just waiting on the Lord to like, okay, you know, I'm about to show you fat man greasy, Esau. Because hey, the Lord said he would renew our strength. We just gotta hold steady and stand sticky for the Lord. The Lord is gonna give his power to some dude that's gonna cower down to Esau and take the MOTB. He gonna give it to that. You ain't worth it. Like even when you get tossed into jail, you know, you still gotta hold your faith. The Lord looking for the faithful, man. Those go hold strong. He want the ones that's like got an unbreakable type of will. Like I'm gonna serve the Lord no matter what, man. I don't give a damn what you do. Like he looked for that over Esau, he put the gun up, you know, they still talking hard. Like, yeah, what up, man? Hey, pull it. You know, let's see what's up, E. The Lord looking for those type. That's the ones he's looking for. Like, hey, man, this right here, hey, he unbreakable. You know, so I got to give him a crown. Like I could set up my whole kingdom on him because Esau cannot break him. God, the Lord looking for those, man. And like to build your strength, you got to do what? You got to water the plant for it to grow. You got to eat on these words, man, to live in water.
Go ahead, and this is Nehemiah 6:9. For they all made us afraid, saying, their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. Now, therefore, oh, Yahweh strengthened my hand. And the way that he does that is through the faith. So we've been reborn again through the water and the spirit. And that gives us the strength to keep on and give up on these worldly things that keep a lot of these jakes stuck, you know, stupid. Because they too busy trying to hold on to this world. But you got to face back to something that holding on to this world is going to be detrimental to your success as far as business, salvation. They're gonna give up. They're gonna give up their salvation just for the things that Esau can do.
Yeah, but something that's like on purge, your house, your car, your business, that ain't gonna mean nothing. It's all or nothing. Oh, man, I got a quick precept that come back up with y'all saying right here. This is Second Timothy chapter 2, and verse 3. And it said, now therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. And in verse 4, it said, no man that wars entangles himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for mastery, yet is he not proud, except he strive lawfully. Right, right. And so right here it says, there therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Basically meaning that we're serving and we're basically making our body a living sacrifice for Yahweh Shah. That's how we endure that hardness, as a good soldier. Okay, we're taking the mindset of a true soldier who basically will take the command, all right, and his feed, and listen to the command of his commander. Okay, Yahweh Shah is our commander. All right. And so right here, it says, no man that wars entangles himself with the affairs of his life. So that soldier is going not only is he going to take his heed to the commands of Yahweh Shah, he going to disregard everything that he owns in his life. Right? Just like the oxygen he's going into. You can't be those individuals that's trying to hold on to everything that's going on in America and get Babylon the Great. You can't be that individual trying to hold on to your house, your car, and everything that you bought on this side. You got to be able to let that go. That's why what it said that good soldier is not going to entangle himself with the affairs of his life. Okay? And it said that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. That's how you're going to please Yahweh about Yahweh.
I just got a point on vanity. Jacob is preparing to get all of these riches on his side, and Esau telling them to his face, hey, pretty soon you ain't gonna have nothing. Like we have, you doesn't know all the things that you willing to give up your soul for. You ain't gonna even have the ability to own anymore.
And that's us as a prophet out here. We let you know that our enemy is telling us that just like Charles said, you will own nothing to be happy. That's the mindset he wants us in. Okay, but we're trying to put you in the mindset of Yahweh Shai, where he said that you will have the abundance if you follow me. So that's what we follow. This is the whole point. We're trying to tell you, fuck Esau, get with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, there it is. Go up your treasure in heaven.
This is First Timothy 6 and 12. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life. For unto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. And that's what we are doing. We let people know that our treasure is in heaven. That's what we're trying to build on. And all of the things that these people are trying to hold on to is vanity. That's why Charles Schwab, this dude stuff talking about we ain't gonna have nothing. We know that's a lie. If we stay in this to the end, we're gonna have everything.
I actually had to reverse the faith. Because if you in this truth and you said we ain't gonna have nothing, that's a faith because the Lord said hey, we're gonna be persecuted and we ain't gonna have nothing if we follow him. So like when we follow the Lord, like oh yeah. The scriptures already said that already. This is give me more faith anyway. So that means the Lord is telling me something. So I'm on the right track.
Prophecy is true.
I want to break up like you said. It said be a soldier. And you brought it up spirit. It said talk about a fight. And what a soldier do, they fight. And this thing is not going to be easy. But let us know if you're going to be a prophet, carry his word. You're going to be in a spiritual fight, man. A big fight. It's not going to be no peaches and roses. Everybody going to celebrate you. You're going to make you coming out party, going up the red carpet. Nah, man, you're going to be persecuted. You're going to be downtrodden because this world does not accept what Yahweh Shah is relayed to it. Yahweh Shah said he's going to destroy Babylon Great with suburban. These white Americans, they don't want to hear that. They don't like that. They got stuff here they trying to do. They don't want to hear that. They hate, the world. Or say they hate the world that's about to come. We about to get kingdom of heaven. We about to get rulership. Most of your Jakes been beat down so bad, they can't imagine being a rulership. They look like Esau always got to be in power. Exactly. They think Esau is the best. And that's why they're gonna take that RFID microchip when it's presented to them, that mark of the beast. They're gonna go ahead and take it. But to tell that's the least path of resistance. They're gonna take the easy road. Us, we're gonna take the hard road. We're not gonna bow down to Esau. We're not gonna bow the knee. If you take the RFID microchip, that's what you're doing. So we're not gonna do that. And we're professing, we're fighting for the Lord, man, like a good soldier. Back up in Ephesians chapter 6 and 11, straight to the point, it said, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Who said put on the whole armor, man? So the Lord's telling us, not only fight, but put your armor on so you can fight. So you can be strong in the fight. Don't be out there naked. The Lord said, cloak yourself with me. Because the Lord, he's that armor, man. He gonna armor up your mind with that truth. So all the Esau's devices, all his plots and schemes and plans don't work. You see it coming from like 2 miles away. So it's like the devil, he's frustrated because nothing that he do. Like we talking about open up camp. Esau done lost the whole narrative, you know? And then now he's trying to get it back. Like he might get some sway with 2/3, but as far as the hope we lack, we armored up. So there's nothing he can do but have to bring that sword and hope that his sword can pierce it. But the Lord, like, hey, I'm about to strengthen my hope we lack up so strong that, hey, that sword gonna break on that armor. So that's it. We waiting on E to do it. Like, man, quit all this finesse game. Your finesse is over with, homie. You like a pimp that lost his swag. It's over with. So now, only thing left to do is go get that sword and come hard body. Would you ready for that? See, unlike most people in the world, they scared of that. You hear about Esau's military, like gangster niggas, they hear that, they automatically get scared and get to complying. And like you said earlier, that's when they're gonna get the snitching. Oh man, he visualize stuff, man. He be out there talking that. I ain't with that. He's like that. Yeah, he do that. Yeah. I don't like that stuff. I'm trying to live. I love everybody. But all that type of talk. They come that Jesus Christ stuff. The Lord said, "It's one begotten Son. He so loved the world." But they're gonna stay them little talking points, you know, and say love everybody. Or that love in your heart, demon. You have love in your heart. Every hood nigga love to say that shit. You know, so you're gonna hear them start to come out, and they're gonna use Esau gonna use 2/3 like little sick dogs, you know, like his dogs like they runaway slaves. Yeah, them little bloodhounds, he gonna use them like that. Like, man, go get them, shut them up, you know, $50 credits on your MOTV. Or you get a two size too. You're gonna open it up 8x8 instead of 4x4. You know, you get that. So he's gonna get them awards. He's gonna incentivize the unbelievers against the believers. And it's happened plenty of times. You look at the Apostle Paul, you know, you look at Matthew, Peter, that they all went through it, man. I was shy. Exactly, yeah. Especially I was shy, man. He went through it. He like, nah, you ain't Caesar. We have no king but Caesar. Caesar got the gold and this and that. You did some wine bibbling. You know, even though he did miracles in their face, a lot of them they extra stupid. I said we dealing with it's worse for us. But we dealing with Jakes who ain't seen the power. So it's like, you know, they ain't gonna flip. Them Jakes, but then they seen the power and still chose Caesar. After the Lord did all kind of miracles in their face. They're like, your garbage is raggedy. You can't be the king of Israel. Yeah, like nah, man. Like nah, I can't accept that, man. I need bling blow. They want that King Solomon treatment. You know, the Lord came lowly. You know, Jake, and that shows how carnal they was. They don't know how to look spiritual. Like, man, hold up. Because me, if I see a Jake turn water into wine, like, hold up, man, teach me everything you know. I got to do what you do. Anybody else did this, yeah, I'm following what you. Well, you walked on water, hold up. How can I do that? It's been no problem. You can follow. We got Jake seen that. That's another thing that will be driving to you. So if you, even when you go in the scriptures, when it says the people among you will be like King David, that's what we're looking forward to. Or he said, those that believe on me should do miracles, like me and even greater, do some firm praises. Yeah. Like I'm trying to do stuff like that. So I'm trying to be like the Howard shot. Man, forget Caesar. He ain't that. He just got some money. That ain't no real power. Real power to me is like if you can manipulate the elements, walk on water, feed the numerous multitude with just a couple of food. Right. So he was multiplying, duplicating stuff. So he had special abilities. I want to do that. That's power. That's real power. They're looking at money. I know there's a corner of Jake. Money is power to them. You can purchase stuff, purchasing power, buy a yacht, buy a building. That blows Jake mind. They don't do nothing for me. I want to see a Jake fly. I want to see you do something out the ordinary. I want to see you do something like science fiction type stuff. That's real power. I want to see you do something like Yahusha. He told, what was that one king? He said, man, you tell that fox, I do the work of my father, man. He talking to us the king. I'm like, that's who I need to follow. Like, this dude got power right here, you know? And we just seeing that through the spirit, through the scriptures. Our forefathers, they seen it with their own eyes. Even though they seen when Moses led them out of Egypt, and he parted the Red Sea, and unalived all their firstborn and plagued Egypt, that was power. They seen that power, said, I want to go back to Egypt. Like, how dumb can you get? You don't see all these miracles. You want to go back to the Lord just, trample down? Oh, it's the same thing here today. And we see them, and they're here, and they're spitting their badness. I'm like, okay, you that Jake that murmur, you want to go back to Egypt. You're basically saying you want to stay in America. So you that. So we done identified it. And like no means will your scoffing, deter me from doing what I need to do. Matter of fact, pull up precept is gonna back that up. This Romans 8:37 says, hey, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. So the Lord called us conquerors, man. We're looking to conquer this world. We're looking to conquer Esau, Edom. Not join in with his wickedness and hope we get some crumbs. We don't want no crumbs. We want the whole pie. The Lord promised us that. So why I beg for some crumbs from this devil with some paper with his face on it, where the Lord gonna give me everything the world got, all the gold, all the silver, even Esau. That's how I want Esau as a prize. So I tell the devil, get to work. Exactly. And that's so we looking forward to that. So to get that, you gotta do what? You gotta conquer your flesh. You gotta conquer, your sinful attitude. You gotta conquer all the scoffers. The people trying to, peel your skin off, get you back in the world, your family. Because a lot of our family don't like what we do. They like, I don't know why you in that coat. That's a hate code. That's the work of Satan that you're doing. Like, nah, it ain't. Lord says, get on the highway edge. Lift your voice like a trumpet and let the truth be known. So you don't know the scripture. You want to tell me, well, I done read the scriptures. I got the wisdom understanding. You ain't read nothing. Don't know nothing. I can bring up it's a book called King. They don't even most they know it's a book called Kings in the Bible. But they experts on the Bible and want to tell you what you need to do with Jesus. Now I know that's a whole fake thing. They did no research. They just going off their feelings. But I feel you shouldn't do that. That's hate. You shouldn't hate nobody. You bring up Romans 9:13, they get you better. Well, you taking that out of context. At that point, you gotta get the question they butts, man. You get it with all kinds of scriptures. And then you might get a sophisticated one. It might come with that's not a foreign Edomite, but then you come to King David and cut that. Like, then hate the evil.
And don't even know what the word for means. It don't mean hate. It means like go to the avoidance. That's what the avoidance. Can't really avoid it. It don't mean hate. That ain't what it says.
You can't avoid it. Right, you can't avoid it. Like, we're in the belly of the beast. We're in the hand of the wicked. That's why we need the Lord to come down and take us out the hand.
They will. That's what we're talking about today. Because a lot of times when they go into that scripture, they make the world, they thinking on the terms of the world as in the whole earth, everybody that's living in it. But there have been definitions of the word world. Like now, this is Esau's world. We're not a part of it. That's different.
And this is Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of your house. And basically what Tom just got to saying, he's switching himself to this word, and you can't tell him nothing different. A lot of people, they acknowledge that the Bible comes from read memes on Facebook, and they try to put some little memes together and try to use them, but they don't have no thorough knowledge of the word. So when they try to just make it look like they know what they're talking about by quote memes on Facebook, you can do that real quick, because they ain't gonna have no precept.
Study. You gotta look at this thing, break words down.
Yeah, you gotta probably divide the word.
Yeah, it's a word. They too lazy. They don't want to do that. They want to regurgitate something they heard about the portrait, like you say, a meme. They go some Facebook stuff, and that's so weak. That's a weak sauce. And I'm looking like, man, you might as well keep your mouth closed, man.
Yeah.
And you really, you open themselves, they show that they fool. when they open their mouth, they show it.
That scripture says they sacrifice the fools.
They do that. Like, okay, you a dummy, don't know nothing. So I know to avoid that weak stuff. So I'm gonna bring this out. It's gonna back up what y'all just said right there on that world. So I gotta do is come with this. This cuts them up too. This Hebrews 1 and 2. It says, "Happy these last days spoken unto us by his son, Yahushua, whom he has appointed here of all things, by whom he also made the world." Plural. So if you read Hebrews 1 and 2, that means you gotta do some research. There's more than one world. You know, you got the world of basketball, the world of football, just like you got the world of Esau and the world of Jacob.
Yeah, even when people talking socially, they got the little baby. Look at the little baby. She in her own little world.
Yep.
So it's simple. As the scripture said, it is plain unto the holy. So it's a stumbling block unto the wicked. It's plain unto us. We understand it. We understand that the word world in different scriptures means something totally different. So you got to look up the definition and apply it to according to what that scripture is saying.
Working man says the world means the whole world. Everybody thinks they come to the world means that. Like the precept of John 3:16, it means
I want to say something right quick here. World. One of the things I always bring up when people get it twisted, I'm living in San Diego. They got like a world famous zoo, and it has animals from all over the world in it. It's world famous. But they also got another zoo that's called SeaWorld. And the reason why it's called SeaWorld is because this zoo only has animals that are specific to the sea. It's SeaWorld. But the precept that go with John 3:16 that shows that the world that they're talking about in John 3:16 is Israel is Isaiah 45:17. And it's, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. And that's basically the same thing that John 3:16 is, but it's adding that little extra on it to let you know that the world is not everybody in the world, but it's actually Israel.
The world word there is actually Eon. World in that world, but
Keep it moving, man, because basically, man, we're not listening to all this little stuff the scholars talking about, Esau talking about. We've been fully persuaded in the spirit that we got the truth, and we're gonna keep the course. And it's Romans 8:38. It says, "For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come," verse 39, "nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord." That's showing right there. Nothing can take us from the love of the truth, man. Nothing can take us from Yahweh Yahushua.
that goes back to that mindset of that soldier that putting on that armor. You put on the armor of Yahweh Yahushua. That's the mindset you're gonna have. No matter what, I'm putting on this armor and I'm gonna fight for my power. And that's what basically what that was going into. No matter what. He said, no matter, you can throw me in the water, you can throw me in the sea, no matter what you do, I'm still gonna represent Yahweh outside and I'm gonna die for it. That's basically what that scripture tells us. That's the mindset of the dear hardness of it as a good soldier.
This is 1 Peter 4:12. It says, "Beloved," it says, "do not be surprised at the fiery trials when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were to happen unto you. But rejoice in so far as you share Hamashiach's suffering, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." It says, "If you are insulted for the name of Hamashiach, you are blessed, because the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rest upon you." So, hey, man, he said, hey, fiery trials is going to come. He said, don't be surprised when fiery trials come up onto you. See, that's why these Christians are scared. They don't believe in that. Man. That's why they made a whole doctrine of a rapture. They don't want to go through the fiery trials. But the scriptures tell you, hey, the Lord said, hey, I don't pray to take you out of the world, but I pray for you to get care. The Lord bless you and hold you through all the things that are going to happen on this world. You know, so this let you know, hey, that the difference between those who really study the scriptures and those who, you know, go to plantation Christianity and think they know the scripture and they don't. Because, like, what is the Lord saving you from? It got to be persecution. Man. That's the part. That should be a building block of your faith right there. So whenever you see persecution, that should put in your spirit that you're doing the right thing and you're on the right track. And it shows how far along the prophecy we're going. Persecution, we're almost around the way. To snitching. Oh man, they gonna the Lord ain't with me. And oh man, hey, he's over here doing that, saying, man, get to snitching and telling and this thing. But the Lord said, hey, think it not strange, man. We got to go through these things, man. And if we suffer the suffer with them, hey, we're gonna rejoice with them. And that's what we're waiting on. That's what our faith and is with us for, man. We want that kingdom, man. We want that everlasting power. So we're gonna go through that.
Like you said, on that, that's perfect. What it is they're gonna lose faith because they believe in a lie. When it don't come to pass, they didn't believe in the truth. When that don't get fulfilled, you know, they like you said, they're gonna resort to what they know. They're gonna get the snitch and all that because
crab in the bucket.
yeah, I believe in a lie. But had they believed in the truth, that it's known that, you know, hey, you got to go through that fiery trial. You know, it's coming. Like the MOTB. That's why knowing that the MOTB is very important. You got to know the end game. Once you know the end game, you can see it all the way through. If you don't know the end game, you believe in a lie, it's gonna make you fall at the finish line. If you believe in something false, I got one to back you up too. There's Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 2 and 5. But gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So you got to see this thing all the way through, and that's what I was talking about. Most people don't know the end game. Therefore, they can't see this thing all the way through. They're not gonna be able to do it to the end because they don't know the end. They think they, like Ox said, they're gonna get raptured out of here. Esau taught that lie. So when things get rough, they're like, hey, the Lord didn't come get me. What happened? So now they gotta fall back to what they lean. They're gonna lean on their own understanding. I got to get the talent. I got to do this. I got to take the RFID microchip. They told me that's not the mark of the beast. That's how I'm gonna feed my family. So they didn't know the truth. They didn't get the truth. You know, they had a semblance of the truth, and it failed them at the end because they didn't have what the now see why you need 100% truth. You need to complete. You got to order. To me, that's not having all your armor on. It's missing a piece, and that's all you need. Exactly, and all you need is that little piece to be missing. Esau can get off in there. I'm gonna stab him right here. I got him.
Taking the armor.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna go line back off that precept because the gold is tried in the fire is accepted to man. That means the Lord actually chose, right? So that goes into quick precept in John 15 and 16 is that he have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained that you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, right? And so when, as you notice, like when somebody put you in a fire because you compared up, you know, y'all about to be out compared up to that metal. And so when you put real metal in fire, it's gonna stay and it's gonna remain. But if you put wood or paper in the fire, it's gonna disperse. You know, it's gonna, you know, wither away with the wind. Right? And it says that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. All right, and then, you know, you read on and it says if the world hated you, we know that it hated you first. So also when you're going into everything that you're gonna go through, that fiery trial, you're gonna basically be following in the same footsteps. Basically you're basically gonna be proving that you were chosen to be a follower of Yahweh Shah. You know, that's the scripture says, acceptable man in the first of that you got
All right, this is Psalm 66, 11 to 12. Thou brought us into the net, thou layest affliction upon our loins, thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through the fire and through the water, but thou brought us into a wealthy place. And we realize that we're going to go through all of these trials. That's why we're preparing ourselves now, like you were saying, putting on the full armor of God. We realize that times it's gonna get rough. But we know at the finish line what it's there for. You know, and we're not gonna take our eye off the prize. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize what's to come, so it's easy to distract them and make them take the mark of the beast and get these little trinkets that Esau gets in front of them. Like, we don't have no interest in the little trinkets that Esau got. Because we realize once we finish this cross this finish line, we're gonna have it all.
It's Matthew 5:44. It says, "When I say unto you, 5:10, it says, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven." That's pretty much what everybody's talking about, the end game, the kingdom of heaven. In order to get there, you got to go through the persecution. That's like the birth pains of a woman in labor. Yeah, it's painful. Yeah, you got to spit out all that blood. You push out a big ass baby. And it stretch out. It hurts. It's painful and nasty. But at the end of it, it's a bundle of joy right there. And it's life right there. You're going to have that in the kingdom, man. Everlasting.
I like to say too, like during childbirth, it's a lot of blood. Like the kingdom of heaven, that's a lot of blood. 2/3 of their blood shed. And I believe in it. How about y'all was shot? You know, there's gonna be a war.
I've seen a baby come out, man. As soon as the head came out, blood just squirted out. It's gonna be crazy.
Twice. Yeah. I see it twice. It looks like it's very violent. It's very violent, man. Lots of blood. Man, women basically got to sacrifice, man. Some of them get split open. You know, plus they got big heads. You know what I'm saying? And that women told me it's a burning sensation. They said their head come, the crowning of it. They said it burns, so that's like that burning furnace of adversity. They told me they said especially when like some of us like sitting there, and they said it be burning. I'm like, yeah, I'm mad. I'm like, golly, you know, I'm looking at my head. I start talking about my bank. With the pain. I put my hand on trying to confirm me. This is Acts 14:22, and it said confirming the souls of the disciples and exhort them to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh by Yahweh. That's a cut. I remember Nate got cut with that by Pastor Porkchop. You know, because he coming with that. Ain't no Jacob's trouble. Ain't no RFD microchip. All he's doing is set his congregation up to get. They're gonna get fleeced. You know, he might be part of the clergy response team. Yeah, he got that 501c3, and that's a lot of J. Because I believe he got the biggest Hebrew Israelite camp in Babylon the Great. And I be saying what he does, he lean with that celebration. They all in the celebration of this thing. They not really looking for the persecution. He got them in a spirit of mirth. When I see them as a group, I be like, man, y'all don't even. They're not serious minded. They just happy. I'm like I'm a friend dog. It's all good. I'm like, man, don't know that they're about to come try to bust upside the head. And y'all up here in this little skate rink with all your fringes on and all this stuff. Yeah, barbecuing and like this. He got them. They not circumspect, man. They not looking out for the perilous time. They don't know what's coming, so they're not prepped for the end game. They ain't prepped his people for the end game. When he hit, I see a lot of they dudes falling out, getting scared. Once the dudes get scared, the women gonna get scared. So it's gonna fall all apart because it wasn't built on Yahweh. It was built on Jesus. It wasn't built on that rock. And he didn't prepare them. It got so bad he had to flip it. He had to come out and say, idiots, morons, what I said was we wasn't in trouble at that time. And they still went for it. I'm like, that was y'all time to get out. This dude got caught in all kind of lying, because he got that money, he got that delusion, and they stay down. I'm like, okay. You know, I worked the job with a lot of them, y'all scholars, a whole lot of them. I'm trying to tell them, like, hey, man, they about to get y'all messed up. You know, they leadership is very sloppy. I seen a very bunch of sloppy stuff. And they're not ready for what he about to do. They look at this thing like a Black Panther movement, like a next phase. They're not serious minded. And that goes to their leadership. You know, he's a sellout. So I look at it, it's his job to soften them up. And it's a lot of them. I'm like, man, it's a lot of y'all about to get towed up. Then he told me they got to submit their information to their database. I'm like, man, that's going right to the police. They the first one gonna get snatched up. Because the police already got it. He got their names and everything. Our stuff is not connected to Esau's system. We doing this totally organic. He got to do like research to get us. He got to get us off of YouTube, look and do work. I noticed with IUIC, all he got to do is go right to the database. Got the address. That's easy. So they're gonna be the first ones to get knocked. And the Lord ain't with it. They better holler for Jesus. Lord, that ain't my name. Go ahead.
All they gotta take is a RICO case to take NYC down. Because all they gotta do is just prove that you're part of the group. And if they got your name on the application, you know on the bottom of every application you got to sign it. That's all they gonna have to do is get all up.
That's the spirit right there.
Right, like a dope, like say they in a dope case.
Yeah.
That lines up perfectly for let's say to get advantage of we're not hitting up his money.
Yeah.
And you just basically just laid out how you gonna get caught up right there.
Yeah.
That's one of case devices right there.
They already pleaded guilty, don't even know.
Yeah,
All right, look, you have to throw no people out there always. Like, no, we don't do that. I told him the paper's our paperwork. Right. We doing this by the spirit. We ain't got to do all this. He thought we got to do like legal guard service. Like, bro, you see how worldly that is? Our gospel has nothing to do with Esau system. Well, I'm rolling with Nate. I'm like, all right.
that's like, because it ain't no different. Like, basically, our contract is what y'all about to be out there. Even the we're following the ways of y'all about to be out there. Even the marriage contract. You know how Nate was trying to say that you got to get married with the state and stuff like that. No, in the eyes of the Lord, we know what marriage is. No,
Yeah. He said he do that. He trying to like he locking his congregation up with the state, right? With the law. He's basically putting them in there for the slaughter. He lead them to the slaughter. That's why I call Nate a Judas Goat. But that's what he is. And we try to tell them, but man, they got that money and you know they got the little shiny uniforms and the garments. Hey, that's what they go for. That's why they persecution started at the house, my house first. Yeah, I get that for you. I'm gonna pull that out.
Maybe it'll be like most of these celebrities. You got all that money and everything, but like Nick said before, Esau ain't gonna let him fulfill his contract. He's gonna find some way to void it out. He's gonna end up broke.
They call that anti-amnesty what Trump talking about. They gonna be the first camp. I believe the spirit is gonna be persecuted. You know how you
yeah.
Government got 501c3s, and you already got a contract with Esau. But like I said, you're not gonna run that contract out. You to serve a purpose. You was to bring us Jakes, put eyes on the ones that's gonna buck up against me.
Right? They were that bait on that fishing hook.
You did let a white man into their camp.
Yeah, I seen that.
They did a whole piece.
Documentary.
Documentary. I think still. It was like those shit to do. I'm not the devil into your space.
It shows they not wise men. They're not wise men. They not they just show they some sellouts.
Let you know probably gonna be one of the first groups.
They go. I also did the first one's gonna go. They already signed their contract. And like I said, that really, like you said, that they gave Esau evidence to incriminate them. He showed the whole inner workings of their organization. And they just did it because they want to be famous. See, that's when they fame gets in trouble. They did that so they want the spotlight. Like GMS ain't doing this. We got a whole documentary and he saw the straight, they doing this, they doing that. He basically did they let Vocab Malone in.
They got a documentary in a reality TV show in it.
Hey, that's like their movie Center. That's what they did. They left the vampire in.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
Let them sneak in. So I got this right here, man. Because we not dumb like that. We got a wise counsel, man. So we already know how to handle this thing, man. That's why we give the apostle elders double honor. They show us how to do this and how it's going down. So this Jeremiah Gabar, they put out a good one. Bring it out. This is Proverbs 24 and 5. And by knowledge of the Proverbs 24 and 5. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. You hear that? Said a wise man is strong. So you eat upon this word, Yahushua, you start getting more knowledge and understanding, makes you stronger. So that's why we did all this talk. We're not gonna fall for the wiles of the devil. If Esau come in, hey, brothers, I want to do a documentary with y'all. I'm gonna tell the devil kick rock. Devil, I'm just ain't got nothing to do with you. You the devil. Why the hell let you film in the workings of how we do our thing? And why I'm gonna fill out paperwork and send it to your organization? What should I say? Your legislation. Send it in and incriminate myself. That's foolishness.
That lined up perfect because that shows that those groups wasn't truly repentant. The brother Milwaukee read Romans the 12th chapter where it said, "Be not conformed to this world," and that word "conform" literally says, basically acceding to the standards or the social society of this world. So when he said, "Be not conformed to this world," that means that your mindset should be, in the behavior of what society, of what the world is telling you. Your mindset needs to be on what how about the outside says. That's how you truly repent.
That persecution is coming, man. You don't want to be in the council of food or a sellout. Because like we said earlier, they're going to be your first sellout. General Johanna, Bishop Nate, man, they going to sell out their whole congregation. I got that preacher, the Occupied the Red quoted earlier. This is First Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. And it said, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shah. And if it first begin at us, which shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shah? Right, see, right there. And it tells you right there. So just like the hospital broke it down, all of those people that going against Yahweh Shah, IUIC, when they still calling on the name, they still saying Jesus Christ, it don't matter about the name. IUPK basically let the devil in, do the whole documentary about him. So ultimately the devil put them in that snare, in that trap. Okay? So that's why the judgment is going to begin at the house of Yahweh Shah. And then it asks the question, if it first begins at us, which are the end of them that believe not the gospel, where is they going to end up in? So for those individuals that don't believe in true gospel, it's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And it shows you, and the answer to that is in Revelation chapter 21 and verse 8, I believe, where it said that all the fearful, abominable, whoremongers, etc., it's going to be in that lake of fire, which is going to be, about a nuclear missile. All right? And that's the answer to that question. I got another one, man. This is Jeremiah with another one. It's second Hedges 14 and 34. It says, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding, reform your hearts, ye should be kept alive. And after death, ye shall turn mercy. Verse 35. For after death, till the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be made manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. And I know that right there. But it said to do your own understanding. That lines up perfectly with Proverbs 3 and 5, because he said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. And he says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. And that basically is doing your own understanding, and you're basically acceding to Yahweh and he's going to follow. You're going to follow everything that Yahweh said do. You're not your own understanding is not going to matter in this ministry. All right, you're going to exceed everything to Yahweh. Everything that you got, your whole will, your whole purpose is gonna be centered around your Yahweh. I'm bringing this out right here. It's Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So there's gonna be a lot of people that didn't have the truth, and they're gonna faint, man. Like I said, the rapture don't come through. When they said white women embargo, whatever MOTP they said was the MOTP and it don't come through, they're gonna faint. You know why? Because their strength is small. They didn't get enough wisdom not to understand it. And it was out here to get it. They just shunned it based on what somebody else said. So that was them. They got blocked off their blessing by listening to man. Instead of praying to the Lord and letting the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, guide them and letting that pride go. You let that pride go, you're going to make your way to Great Millstone, the house of David. You're going to make your way here. A lot of people get into one camp and they get stuck on that one camp. That pride kick in, they won't look at nobody else. So that could have been me. I've seen other camps where I've seen Great Millstone, but my eye stayed open. I'm gonna judge all the fields and look at everybody and judge them to the scriptures. I'm gonna measure up to the scriptures. Who is close to what Yahweh Shah is saying? And I looked at it in Great Millstone, the house of David. They the number one, the best. Even AI is saying that. Even Vocab Malone, after all his studies, he said that too. But he was double tongued with his fork tongue. He said, Great Millstone is the most sincere, but they got the most trash doctrine. I'm like, so basically, you just told us that Great Millstone, they're the real one. He said the most sincere, but then he said they got the most trash doctrine. That's because it's true. It hurts you the most. So he really told the truth in his statement right there. So even the devil lets you know who really got it. AI say it, the devil not said it. So I'll be looking at Jack like, why y'all still stuck on some old 501c3 camps, right? Or like even lower level camps like Believers of the Way. Or like Sons of Jacob, a little Ricky Dink camps. Like, they just get started. They ain't got it. It's like Sons of Jacob, they ain't something but some knockoffs of watching for Israel. Same thing, man. They just a startup for that. They're gonna back you up too, so
because that preacher when he said went to the faint-hearted, it's a Sirach, Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 2, before it be in verse 13, we'll start at verse 12. It says, woe be to the fearful heart and faint hand and the sinners that go two ways. All right, and you know that lines are perfectly what James the second chapter where it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Okay, and it says, let me tell you, woe be to the faint heart. All right, and so and here's the answer. This is what the Lord is saying to those people that is faint heart. In verse 13, it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be convicted. All right, so in that time comes, how about the outside not going to be, it's not going to defend you because you had little faith. Okay, you basically took your hand off the plow. But what did it say about any individual take your hand off the plow? He said he's not fit for the kingdom of Yahweh about the outside.
Go ahead, 17, man. You're about to put out 17. That's
Sirach chapter 2, Sirach, Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach chapter 2, and verse 17. And it says, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh about Yahweh, will prepare their heart and humble their soul in his sight. And we read verse 18, it says, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man, but as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
man. So we're looking for the mercy of the Lord, man. We're looking to fall in the hands of Yahweh Bashem. We're not putting our trust in man. Not no man leadership, man. We're looking for, like I said, the commander, man. Yahweh got this thing going. We need a out of this world entity to destroy this current world, man. Can't no man in here take down what Esau done built. No man can do it. That's why Yahweh said, I should beat thee, and I will not beat thee as a man. We need an angelic power to blow this stuff up, man. To get rid of what Esau done built, man. It's a beast. It's a dragon. You know, this devil got systems, man. He got drones, tanks, all kinds of military troops. You know, we can't beat this as a man. Can't no man beat. That's why I be looking at Jake crazy like, why are y'all worshiping men? You got a Sakari, they got their guns and stuff like your gun is not gonna beat what Esau got. We need an out of this world experience. We need the chariots, man. We need a celestial being to conquer what Esau done set up. That's why Esau can't bang with Yahushua.
The great man of war, King David, said, hey, I trust not in my bow and in my spirit, I trust in the Lord. Every battle he went into, he prayed to the Lord first, and the Lord helped him out. So your gun and your knife and whatever you got, Esau got 10 times better than that. You got this shit from 20 years ago. Esau got some futuristic shit, man. He probably got some ray gun type shit around. Man. Your shit ain't gonna do nothing. So you gotta trust in the higher power, man, who's gonna protect you and guide you. And put that shield on, like it says in Psalm 91.
Esau can turn a sick on.
The kind, microwave your ass to death.
Or make it where you mess you up, you can't even aim your weapon because of the signal going on. Like I said, eat your weapon will make you drop it. They never got that type of technology.
Oh, dark and he shoot all dark and make you have a heart attack type shit.
God. Like I said, control your mind. Like, this devil got drones, man. This devil can hit you with a Reaper drone. You in the house, he drop a whole missile on your whole you know, so they in there getting their guns together. He saw it come with a straight earth strike. Boom.
They got the whole neighborhood.
Whole neighborhood. They can get his little Glock 9 that he gonna do something. I got to switch Esau. Man, this devil sent a Reaper drone. Hey, one missile. A bunker buster.
They had a whole World War III bunker. And he didn't feel safe then. He said, I got to move around. He was on his job.
God, he went somewhere else. Like, this ain't gonna get him. Because he said, you had another technology they got. I said, Jacob, we're talking about my Glock switch. I'm like, man, this devil got drones with bunker bust. Like, dude.
Oh, my dog.
Yeah, like, what you got is not contending with the devil. We need that spiritual power. Yeah, to bang with this devil, man. To even have a chance. We need Yahweh Shah. We ain't got a chance without him, man. The Lord said we like worms to this devil. The devil like a goddamn, he an eagle. What the fuck a worm gonna do to an eagle? I'm trying to tell Jake, man, they so ignorant. They say there's levels to this stuff. Jake still talking about I got the AR. Like, dude, this devil guy, radio frequency weapons, man. Flip a switch, nigga. Have your ass in chronic pain. How you gonna shoot then? Your mind gotta be fortified, man. You gotta fight the devil. You need like spiritual fight. You need something the devil can't contend with. need something that's out of this realm. Something that's gonna battle for this devil and his AI. Like I turned the signal on, this dude walk around like he like you ain't heard nothing. What is that? That's the Lord, man. You know, fortified his mind where it don't work. You know, I didn't get a Reaper drone. That mother malfunction. Yeah, the missile done went off target, and he's trying to figure out like, man, why we got a 99% hit rate? Why this didn't work? Jake in there to eat the sandwich, unbothered. That's the Lord, man. You need that. You need divine intervention. The Lord can do that. Or they send the drones against you. The Lord make a strong wind kick up. They all bump into each other, start blowing up. You saw like, where the hell does wind come from? You know, like what? That's a divine intervention, man. We need that mercy from the Lord, man. The Lord only one gonna save us out of it. You need to be beamed up on a chariot. I don't know what Jake think his Glock 20 gonna do to some nukes going on. What's gonna do with that? Whatever bump you buy ain't good enough to make it too bad. So what you gonna do with that? You gotta get on the chariot, man.
Anyway, this place gonna be electrified. So even if you have a bunker,
So we gotta get on the chariot, man. And to believe, like I said, it takes strength to believe on the chariot. You tell an average nigga Jake, yeah, man, we gonna be saved by UFOs. You like, nigga, what you smoking on? What? You think you put your faith in some sky daddy to come save you? And they'll look at you like a fool. Like the David Banner stuff. You gotta save yourself. Nigga, we the gods. Like, nigga, get your old cooled out, burned, you got your cheeks clapped too much now, you bugged out. I know the celebrity, they try to do what we do, but they can't. They got the cheeks clapped too much, man. Now you all bugged out.
This nigga say he gonna save himself, but he gonna be $20.
Exactly. Like, yeah, man, come on, man.
You get my son back there.
Yeah, you ain't that. I heard a lot of Eve say that. I'm a god. I'm like, you a god that fix your car right now. You a guy, your car broke down, you trying to scheme me out some money to fix your stuff. But you a God though. Gods don't have those problems. I tell you, even that, like you believe on somebody. That's what gods don't believe. That's what you talk about. Hey, I don't believe. That's you less than me. You believe on somebody. You can't control your emotions.
You know, like,
I know they don't. I'm bringing it up anyway. Like, I'm gonna bring you back down to reality.
they ain't got no confidence.
This devil got you so gassed up. I'm a god. Yeah, you over here can't fight your bill. You got to rely on the 50 to fight with us. You know what I'm saying? She a guy, but she on Section 8 food stamps. Like, you know, the devil could have thought you gonna be crying. I'm like, I thought you was a guy. God don't live up under a moral man system. Help us. Pick this stuff up. You know, and she the first one that, like you said, they tell her. They the ones gave us up first. He gave her man way back in 67. Gave her man up for some housing and some free food. He gave her man up. So he's up in a great rap. You best he called the police on me. So I already kind of felt like, you know, the persecution on a lightweight. Like Eve will do that. If her comfort is threatened, her comfort, you know, her most women that live in pleasure, live in ease. If that's threat, she will turn you in. She'll call the police on you in a hot second. Nigga, you think you Yasserala? But call the police on you. Let's see that. I heard you say that all the time. What's the nigga act right? Call the police on.
Everybody that when we had the police call on the Papa's house right down there.
Exactly, that happened then. That was because of me.
He called the police on the scene.
Yeah, she probably wanted to know how to lie. It didn't work like that. Like, she probably want us to get blam blam. Like, with that Hebrew Israelite, I don't want to hear that. My husband is a white man.
yeah, white clients coming in, they want to hear that.
She did the work for Satan, man. And it didn't work either. Police came like, man, y'all just take it over there. Y'all stop. They show the Lord really working, man. And also then this man is strong. This is the 42. That's how we got the cards, like talking through the chambers of commerce. Like she did that. We wouldn't have been able to do that without her. We're like, good job, thank you. They was exposed to how to all on Facebook. Yeah, God, they gave us a free promo on it. I was on the so it's not gonna work, man. So that's the first person who's gonna come. Look for Eve to call it and tell it, and then look for these niggas to do the same thing. They gonna call and tell it. Like you messing up my money flow. I like her. They don't know like what to say in the scriptures. The incredulity of them, don't let it persuade you. Yeah, paraphrase. Yeah, so I'm like, Your unbelief, what you're doing, is not gonna stop what we about to get, man. You're not gonna stop our flow. You're not gonna stop our motion at all, man. This God given. The Lord is with you, so He's not gonna stop you. So we don't care about you scoffing. And when they scoffing is in vain. You're just wasting your breath, wasting your time.
The Lord said that this is part of prophecy. It's gonna happen. And every even before us, of old, hey, they was prophesying. All we doing is entering into another man's labor. So they got scoffed. Hey, we gonna get scoffed. They went through persecution. We gonna get persecution. And once you enact that and bring it to us, that ain't gonna make us shake and flee. That's gonna make us stand stiff because we're following prophecy. We're doing what the Lord told us to do. We know we counted the cost. We seen this coming. And we didn't get into this thing like just jumping straight in and not counting the cost, like a lot of Israelites do.
Them the not serious ones, the IURC, IUK, they really didn't count the cost, especially IURC. I got a good look at those type of Israelites, and they ain't counted the cost.
See, they love their life, and the scripture said, "Love not your life, man. It's a death, man." See, they love their life. As soon as the persecution comes, they're gonna try to save you. What the scripture says, "What you trying to save your life?"
Luke. I want to say chapter 17.
But I'm gonna just finish reading this Matthew 5 and 10. I'm gonna just jump. It says, "Blessed are those who persecute you for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven." But it says, "Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you." And they persecuted the prophets before us, they're going to persecute us. And that should just be a faithful. It shouldn't scare you. Because the Lord already said at the end, we got the victory. And He also said He's going to protect us. Hey, touch not the apple of His eye.
I would say we got to you already doing it on a low level. You got to believe you're going to do it on a high level. He tried to shut us down. It was very unsuccessful. Really made us better. So you increased the faith there. Really did. I got that precept you quoted right here. This is 2nd Hedges chapter 15 and verse 3. And it says, "Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee that speak against thee." He said, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Right there, and in verse 3, and when he says, "Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee," it basically incredulity goes into unbelief. Goes to etymology, it goes to unbelief. So let not your unbelief, their unbelief, trouble you. Okay?
Pretty much, don't let them not believe and fill your skin out.
Right.
Don't let them, take your salvation away. What the scripture say, don't let no man take thy crown.
Yep. That's Revelation 3 and 11. I had that on standby as well, too. And another thing to think about is that when you see that, when you start to see that they have an unbelief while you have their belief, that lines up perfectly with be not unevenly yoked with non-belief. And that's the whole point. So when you see that they don't believe what you believe, all you can do is separate. You can tell them like, "Hey, this is what I believe and all of that. But, hey, you stay over there. Go out of line in the sand. You stay over there." I said, "This is what you believe. You believe that Esau can be saved? Go ahead, stay over there. We over here. We know what's gonna happen. We believe in Yahweh Yahweh. He's gonna deliver us out of this. We know Esau Edom is gonna be our slave when he comes around. All right, we know that salvation is for the nation of Israel only."
I got one.
Go ahead.
And this is one that goes when he got 23 and 2. "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in the cause decline after many to rest judgment." That's basically what they want you to do. They want you to stop going towards the straight gate and follow the multitude with them.
And that's the spirit too. Look, Jeremiah, he get in right what you just said right there. I'm gonna come out with this. It's gonna back up what Dar said too. That's the spirit. This first Maccabees 3 and 19. And Shalom, man. Y'all subscribe to my brother Jeremiah Kabar. It says, "For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of a host, but strength coming from heaven." Verse 20. "They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children to spoil us." Verse 21. "But we fight for our lives and our law." Verse 22. "Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be not afraid of them." See, and we fight for our lives in the kingdom of heaven, not our lives here in Babylon the Great.
the law, I just read the law right there. Falling out of the but that's the law. And that literally lined up. And this how you know that the New Testament, they were basically relying on the Old Testament just to bring out what they were saying in the New Testament. That's why Apostle Paul said in Romans, "Because not do not conform to this world." That lines up perfectly with that law right there.
And like I said, it ain't in the multitude, man. Don't stand in the multitude, but stand with the strength of heaven. He said, therefore, hey, he said, the Lord said, he gonna go to right in our face, man. He said, be not afraid. That's why I like to bring that up right there. I said that. So this ain't time for us to be scared. It's time for us to show our faith and show our resolve that, hey, we hear him strong, man. Lord, we done read all kind of precepts on having strength. To have strength, you got to show you strong. How you do that? You got to be spiritually and mentally strong to stand before this. This ain't about physical strength. You know what I'm saying? About benching 300 pounds. Now, it's about having strength in your mindset. To go against, like, your family. You got about 50 people talking about, man, that's hate you in. That's a goat. And we got to stand strongly. And we only, like, what, 3, 4 versus, like, 50. You know, we got to hang tight with what we got. They, like, what they want to say, majority rule. Now, when it comes to how much it don't, the whole land, we're a small group. And that small group gonna make it into heaven. The majority is not. So now when it comes to Yahushua, all he needs is a few righteous men. He don't need everybody to do this because he's not working on the physics of how the world works. He don't need a whole bunch of people to build. He just need a few. Because he's gonna give special gifts to that few to do what they need to do. We ain't gonna be hammer and nail building stuff, man. It's gonna be like telekinesis. Moving stuff with your mind. Brothers gonna be making stuff reappear out of nowhere. It's gonna be something that's like you're gonna think in a sci-fi movie.
Hey, when it comes to building strength, any type of strength, it takes time and conditioning. And that's what we're doing now to build our strength up and to be ready for that fight. We're using this time and we're conditioning ourselves so that when that fight comes, it's going to be nothing that's going to be a big deal to us. We're ready for that, right? So, like, all of the conditioning and all of the time, they're going to be the ones that's going to fall back.
Train up a child in the way he should go. Yeah, pretty much a child of your house on the outside. We'll get trained for it.
We're using our time, our grace in the right place. Most of them, they just only count, putting another game on the Xbox. They wasting their time conditioning themselves in the wrong type of strength that ain't gonna be there for them.
Like, look at entertainment, like we talked about before. Yeah. Which is nothing. Bad girl club, pop the balloon. Yeah, pop the balloon, 20 versus 1. Mindless entertainment. And that's what they doing, man. They not storing their treasures in here. And they doing all that. And this guy gonna run something that sword like I'm about to just punch on all the jakes. And that's my break.
I like what he said. You're not afraid. You can't be afraid. You're not afraid of him that can kill the body, but be afraid of destroy the body and soul. So then, right now, don't be afraid of Esau either. He got the sword. He can kill the body. He's the man of the bloody man. Don't be afraid of him. So we'll be sure about doing the right thing in the glory of how I said, you put the target on your back for him. He said, you should be afraid of him. That's the beginning of the knowledge right there, to be afraid of the Lord. A lot of my people ain't afraid of him. They afraid of Esau. That's what he said, don't be afraid of him.
Real quick, I got light work. Esau light work to y'all shot.
Like a random Edomite, you can beat him up probably with a thumb. And like he after the results of the sword. And if he didn't have that, he'd be nothing.
That's how he moved. He lived by the sword. Established by it.
Nothing to be afraid of.
They really weak and beat. He take that sword from him. He weak, he feeble, he don't know nothing.
He's basically men. He's like low class.
Take the sword from him, you don't have no confidence. That's his confidence.
Exactly. Now melanated the sunburn, he saw the Bill say he can't stand the sun too long. This dude the sun god. So why be afraid of him? His skin ain't tough, he ain't tough. His mental ain't tough. He saw lose his job. Everybody waking up to a shotgun blast. This dude dude ain't tough at all. I seen, man, he might can't handle pressure. They crumble under pressure. Yeah. They fold under pressure. They can't handle no type of adversity. That's why I know that they keep Jake close. If pressure get on, they're gonna defer to Jake.
They use Jake as a buffer.
Yeah, like that's what we do. Especially at my job, you know, our second level manager, he a Jake. He cooned out, but I know that he the one that keep that company or keep it afloat because he handles all the problems. And I know he get tired because all the problems because of them other managers. Esau be making the problems that are stupid. So he's like he like a janitor. You gotta go around fixing all they mess, and they're all different areas. And he be looking stressed out, like, man, I know this dude be getting tired, man.
Let that shit pop.
Yeah, but he run around, cleaning they mess up. Back, it's getting so bad, even Esau knows. They'll go like, man, go holler at him, He's smart. I remember Esau say that. I'm like, damn, how y'all feel? Like, y'all got to go to Jake to fix your problems. Like, they'll go to, because he's a second level man. Right. So the Edomites will go to him to fix the problem and get, some information. They don't go, a regular first level manager, he's nothing. He causes the problem.
He's like creativity, the thought problem. He don't have that mind like that. His mind is destroyed. He needs to break some shit down.
He's good at that.
He's right front.
He's expert, right?
Ain't nobody out there. He's down and he's wicked.
He can mess it up easy. But to fix something,
he ain't got no creativity.
Yeah, he can't repair nothing. Right.
And the Lord called him a border. He don't call him a border wickedness for no reason. That's their cat. Everything below their border is all wicked. That's all he knows.
Son of perdition. Yep. Perdition going to destruction. He's the son of that. That's all he can do. And we're at the point where Babylon needs to be healed, and you got to rely on Jake. And the 2/3 Jake's trying to do it, but Esau's also in the way because he's pride. He's like, nah, I can do it. And he'll push Jake out the way and make it worse. And I was sitting there laughing like, boy, you cooked, E. You was cooked. You ain't even got enough wisdom to let Jake fix your problem. You so prideful, like, I can't let Jake get that glory. I can fix it. He make it work.
He even took out his own people that were trying to fix their problem. Think about JFK.
Yup. He was gonna fix their problem. They wouldn't be in the situation they in had they allowed him to do what he was gonna do. They unallowed them because they looking at their money. You gonna mess their money up. Right? Everything is about money with Esau. And then we talking about from the open camp. I believe the spirit Ronald Reagan moved their industry to China to keep it from Jake. Because Jake was in the industry, Jake was coming up. So if you move across seas, man, Jake ain't about to go to China. Jake barely go out the state. So that's a good plan to keep Jake out of industry. And to kind of keep, I know that everything Esau do is to buy himself some time. So I move my industry over there to buy me some time. I come with abortion, birth control, buy me some time. Everything to buy Esau time. Like right now, his little distraction to buy him some time. But it ain't working. It's like, you might as well come with your move, man.
Down with great ride.
Yeah. It's over with. I know he put up, they try to put up every little thing. Do this to work. Don't work. Do this to work. Don't work. Do this. It's gonna come to that point, and you gotta bring the sword. And they got Donald Trump doing it right now. He's passing legislation to deport people, sword and foul, and that's that sword coming down. And I heard he just passed that bill through the Senate. If he passed through the Senate, that's true. All he gotta do now is sign it, and it's in the play. And I think it's like $6 billion is going into to ICE deportation. He can step it up. Then he just passed the bill. What's that? Natural birthright citizenship is over with. So if your parents' paperwork ain't right, you ain't no citizen. So all the what's it? The Ishmael, Elam, all your Moabite, all the Hamites that be talking about that stuff prideful. Hey, you're out of here, man. He about to ship you up out of here. Really, he's just doing that to divide and conquer. Because when you come down Bray Rap, you don't need heathens clicking up with Jake. So I got to get everybody out. North Tribe get out. He's trying to spread everybody out, divide them up, so it'd be an easy take. So you can have Judah by himself. You want to isolate Judah. They call it ISO. You want to isolate. They basketball. They do a clear out. Yeah, you do a clear out. Clear out. I want to go one-on-one with Judah, and maybe I can knock their head off, and this is not going to work, man. When he comes for Judah, that's going to be that knockout punch.
Judah is the lion's whelp.
Hey, man, it's going to get him, man. So I'm looking at E like, go ahead and come for it, man. Go for Judah if you want to, because I already know how it's going to end up for you. The end game. Because us that's strong in the truth, rooted and grounded, we're not going to fold when Esau comes with that sword. That's when the scripture say, then my chosen shall be knowing. That's when that 144 going to pop up. Now you're going for the head tribe. Now you're going for the house of David, and you're not gonna get that. So I like what Esau doing. I'm like, hurry up, devil, come for us. So we welcome the persecution. Not afraid of it. Like do something. The FBI's watching y'all, fool. We know that. We ready for E to do his thing. He gonna fail. I've already seen the failures before. So why not believe he gonna fail in this big thing? So we just looking for E to do it. I mean, it looks real sloppy. It's coming out sloppy, man. Ain't nothing together. They president is he's compromised. I done seen that. I do a video on that to show y'all. Hey, Trump is compromised, man. He in a rock and a hard place. He ain't better concentrate and really do this thing like he wants to. He trying to save his own life. He getting persecuted. So he got to do this at the same time. He got heat on his backside. You know? Yeah, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. I think he about done. They'll just bring up some new devil to run it. He gonna fail too. Look at JD Vance. He looked like he did. Yeah, they probably use Trump for that rallying cry. So that'll make the other red belly, six pack drinking anybody. That'll make them get weaponized, deputized. Like we gotta go for Jake. All I gotta do is say Jake did it. Jake done unalive President Trump. Man, you see all kinds of their Proud Boys and Stormfront.
Trying to march down just like they did Black Wall Street.
KKK, Nazi, neo-Nazi. They'll come out the woodwork. They kill our president. We had all kinds of like leaders in the executive get killed. We ain't none of that. We took MLK, took Malcolm X. These ain't better take that. They lose Trump. Hey man, they coming with it, man. Your everyday eating might come to the job for their 30 years.
You really think about it, they feel like they last hope. Donald Trump their last hope.
Nah, that's their Messiah. Our Messiah ain't no orange man that's overweight. You know, yeah. That ain't our Messiah. Our Messiah come with angelic power. You know, on a master cherry. That's what we got coming.
They said, no, we got that good. Double up on them.
That's what I said. I say you so much shit.
Comes to his mouth.
You can't hold it, you ain't got to wear a knife. So, man, you got my preacher?
Yeah, I got one more. It's Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. When it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and the glory from the rising of the sun. And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. In verse 20, it says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion unto them that turn from transgressing in Jacob, says the Lord, Jehovah Yahushua. Verse 21, it says, and for me, this is my covenant with them, says the Lord, my spirit that is upon thee, my word which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, says the Lord, from henceforth and forever.
That's one of my favorite precepts, man. I was at out of 19. Yeah, that's that standard gonna be lifted. That's why we're not afraid when you start coming up right now. That's what standard gonna come. I'm like, man, come do what you want to. So with they making their round, they've been attacking Levites right now. They've been attacking Issachar Ephraim. Now they're going for the priest tribe, Levites, because that's gonna be a good luck, homie.
Which is a part of Judah, Levi, Judah collectively Jews.
Yes, another tribe. Yeah, you're right, huh? Right. So they starting up. They always have a bad track record. They go against the Levites. Like you said, for camp. Yeah, every single time. So I'm like, I know it's gonna end up for you. Good luck. That's why I'm trying to beef up the money. Because they know that's gonna be a hard fight, man. The Levites out there giving the police the work, man. And that was just like doing stuff. Like I said, they gonna pull out machetes and probably do poop on your butt. It's not gonna go good, man. They're gonna start losing little agents in a minute. And then I'm just waiting for Issachar to start like, man, go get my little 6-shooter.
Yeah, they turned them glitter bombs into some real kinetic projectiles. It's gonna get real.
God, the little sandbags, salt bags they hit you with. And then you got Ephraim, you got Issachar, the Latin tribes they're attacking. Guatemalans too, Venezuelans. And now they're going after the Levites. So they're working their way up to Judah, man.
Yeah,
A gas.
Yeah, they fuck with them.
Oh yeah, they fucking with them about that the casinos and stuff. Yeah, they fucking with that.
They trying to say they hoe out.
Yeah, they trying to say they
They trying to do that to ship them out of here. See, that ain't gonna work.
They that's fucking with
Hey,
that.
what they say with that? The truth overcome at the last, you should overcome them. So I'm like, okay, Gab about to pull out them hatchets. They're gonna put their headdress on. Yeah. They're gonna get back. Hey, I'm on that Rombo spirit. Yeah. But to walk this devil down. So like, you see, you trying to make war with all the tribes of Israel. Like, in your country, you gotta bang with Moabite, bang with other Edomites, bang with Ishmael, Elam. Hey,
I'm just about gas. Hey, when the Thunder broke out them chaos, when at the end of their little celebration and parade, and that fucked America up. The motherfuckers, there's a lot of Americans don't even realize that Indians still get down like that. They think they'd have been Americanized. You know, they live on the plantation, on the reservation. You know, they just broke and all this. You know, they didn't got Americanized so much. They don't realize how they held on to their culture.
They really
You just feel Jake, you know, the Negroes from our culture, yeah, we about the only tribe that done that. You know, all the rest of them, they still got their culture.
you got that group chat. I didn't even see that.
the parade and
At the end, when they was on the stage,
I didn't see the end.
yeah, they broke out the Indians on them. And that fucked people up.
That's probably scared the mess out of
Motherfuckers chanting this shit and Indians jumping around, they was not used to that visual like that.
No, I said that because Oklahoma is a native name, man. Tulsa's a native name. Yeah. I mean, like, you over talking all this private stuff, you didn't even get here first. You an immigrant. That's what look at you the immigrant.
Hey, and and you really think about it, when you go through the history of the Trail of Tears, the Trail of Tears, that's the reason why we ended up here in Oklahoma in the first place.
Yeah.
That's how the Gadites ended up over here. You go to the history of the Trail of Tears. It came all the way over here from areas like Tennessee and South Carolina, those areas right there, and they migrated them over here because they stole their land from them over there.
Probably up northeast, with that 13 colony, I bet.
Yeah.
Natives over Dad was over there first, moving the gas.
Yep.
He decided, this mine. Y'all go to the Central America.
It was the first urban renewal. Moving niggas out.
Yeah.
We moved in.
The first gentrification. Gentrification now.
That's the first part of it. Now you at the end, you got a gas. Hey, everybody coming up against the devil. The devil trying to, you got to fight 12 tribes and fight other heathens. Nah, man, it's not going to work. That's not going to work. Yeah. It's not going to work.
You know, like the scripture say, Most High is going to close the breach on all of the tribes. We're going to come back together. And that separation that he gave us, you know, after King Solomon sinned and he broke us up, that's about to go away. That's going to be part of that standard being lifted. You know, we're going to all come back into remembrance that we ain't worried about your little citizens. Got us all checking a different box. We're going to realize that we all family, that we all going through the same thing.
They go back to the check. Then also they family goes to that spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? Well, too.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we waiting on, man. As long as the Lord lift up that family, hey, he's all about to get the family.
That being said, my yourself. So with that being said, man, what's the edifying with our praise going too?
Yeah,
Shalom. Shalom, Yasharala, baby. Hey, stay locked in, man. Y'all speaking on the way. Shalom, baby.
A lot of patrolling in.